This is Greenbean. Greenbean has a mental illness. Mental illness is caused by genetic factors, compounded by environmental triggers, and exacerbated by stressors. Greenbean is looking calm and relaxed. A little too calm and relaxed, perhaps. Say, Greenbean, what are you up to?
I'm so tired and dizzy and thirsty. My heart races and I have to pee every 10 minutes and...
Whoa there, Greenbean. Just what medications are you taking anyway?
Mutamatic and Tranquilump and Crazebagon and Flatendol and...
Gosh, Greenbean, no wonder you can't function. Say, how did all this happen?
I was writing a manifesto that would save mankind. I thought I was receiving thoughts from all the super scientists around the world. I thought that when I made everyone read it, they would understand each other perfectly, and the world would be saved from imminent doom.
Why, you were acutely manic and hallucinating. You were having a doozy of a time distinguishing reality and were severely lacking in critical insight that you needed to function.
Gee whiz, I sure was. It's a good thing my friends made an intervention phone call. I don't know how long all that would have lasted.
Golly, Greenbean, how long were you involuntarily detained in the hospital psychiatric wing?
Oh, for months. I lost most of my rights and freedoms and had no control over what happened to me. I saw a psychiatrist that gave me a lot of medications. The doctor finally offered a treatment that he said might cure me or at least help me go home sooner. It's called Electro Convulsive Therapy. Golly, at that point, I was willing to sign anything to get out of there. After a month of shock treatment, he discharged me, prescribed more medications, and wished me good luck.
Say, I have an idea. Have you ever heard of a Mental Health Advance Directive?
No, what's that?
Well, Greenbean, it's a document that you can create yourself that tells the hospital staff how you want to be treated. Like what medications help and which ones don't, and whether or not you want more shock treatment. Things like that.
Oh golly, that shock treatment was awful. It didn't help, and they kept telling me I needed more treatments and more medication.
You know, Greenbean, that is exactly why an advance directive is so important. It speaks for you when you're not doing so well. Say, would you like to fill one out?
Yeah.
Well, first you need an introduction page with a title that looks something like this. Next you will need a table of contents listing the main sections of your advance directive. The first section is your address and phone number. Section 2 says when your advance directive becomes active. Section 3 tells them how long it is good for. Section 4 defines when and where you cancel your directive. Section 5 states who has copies of your directive. This should be people you trust or someone like an advocate or your case manager. Section 6 tells the hospital staff who to contact in case of emergency. Section 7 is your crisis plan. It's critical for you to describe what hospital staff should do when you are freaked out or really suicidal. It might help you avoid being tackled by a 200-pound gorilla with pepper spray. Section 8 tells the doctors what you have been diagnosed with, which is good because the doctor can get a sense of your history. Section 9 tells the doctor what medications or supplements you are currently taking. This is critical since many medications and herbal remedies can strongly interact with other medications. So list them all. Section 10 tells the doctor what medications you've taken at one time or another in the past. He or she can get a better understanding of what worked for you and what didn't. Section 11 specifies what medications that you refuse to take. You should list the reasons why, whether it's an allergy or unbearable side effects, and you shouldn't use this area to eliminate the possibility of trying something new that might really be helpful. Section 12 asks about current medical conditions. It's important to list any other diagnoses you might have because they definitely affect your mental health. Section 13 asks about Electro Convulsive Therapy. You should be very clear about your wishes on this subject. Section 14 is the area where you list your current healthcare providers. Section 15 tells the hospital staff who is not helpful or safe to contact. Section 16 tells them who should not be visiting. Even well-intentioned people can cause harm when you are vulnerable. Section 17 will tell a mental health official which hospitals or treatment agencies can help you and which ones don't. Section 18 says what people to notify immediately. It's good for the hospital staff to know that friends and family will be there for you. Section 19 identifies children or pets that may suffer due to your absence. You should have a plan that deals with that sort of thing. Section 20 is the section where you can add anything that you think is relevant, which couldn't be said elsewhere. Section 21 is the formal legal statement that talks about guardianship, blank spots, and revocations, and has your signature. Section 22 is the witness signature spot. Find people that are not close relatives, lovers, or direct caregivers for best results. Section 23 is where your case manager, counselor, or therapist reads and signs, with a little room for commentary. Section 24 is the place where your doctor signs, attesting to your competency to create the advance directive in the first place. If your doctor recommends changes, you should seriously consider them. Section 25 is the last section, where you have the option of revoking the whole thing, if you ever decide it's necessary.
So what do I do with this now?
Well, Greenbean, first you find a couple of other people you really trust and have them look at it so they can make suggestions for improving it. Then you have them sign it. Then make copies for your counselor and doctor and anyone else you trust so they can make sure it gets to the hospital, if you ever go back.
Gee whiz, you were a big help. Thanks a lot.
Well, Greenbean, just doing my job. So just remember, if you want to have a say in your mental health decisions, get yourself an advance directive. It might be the most important decision you'll ever make.